obviously this is a female run business. So what's that been like from your mom down to you, and now obviously hopefully down to your daughters? What has that been like? Some of the challenges that you saw your mom face, and that some that you're facing now.
Well, my mom is very strong. She's like a force of nature. She taught me a lot about business development, being comfortable with who I am, no matter where I am, which is kind of hard to do if you're sitting in a room with 50 white men. They're talking and you have a female voice and you're like, hey, hey. And they don't hear what you're saying. No, mom's like, no, take your papers and throw them down the whole boardroom table to get people's attention.
Yeah.
And then you can talk soft. But you have to get their attention. When I first started working with her, we would get on the road and we would drive all through the South to our projects, to clients, to new clients. And so a lot of times she would insisted on doing all the driving, and I would write all the thank you notes coming back. Cause this is carbon paper. We didn't have Xerox machines.
Hand-to-hand business.
Right. So, but guess what? I learned the importance of building those relationships and how to build those relationships, by writing these letters and what to say to people to really get their attention to want to work with Mckissack. Now we've been doing this for a couple months, and Mom said, you know what? Today is your day. You're going to go in, you're going to tell this client who Mckissack is, and you're going to sell the business. I'm like, it's only been 2 months. Are you sure? She's like, I'm sure. So we go in to meet with this client. He's an old white guy. He had like a road map in his face. He's looking down. He doesn't even look up at us. And so Mom looks at me like, okay, Cheryl. So I'm scared to death, but I'm more scared of her than I am of him. Hello, I'm Cheryl Mckissack, and I'm going through everything. He never looks up. So I'm like, this white dude doesn't care about us. Next thing I know, I'm like done, and it's completely quiet. And he stands up. He says, come here, you little lady. I was scared to death. I thought he was like the big bad wolf. He's going to bite me or something. And he shakes my hand. He's like, I really want to do business with Mckissack. And I'm like, oh my God, I didn't think he was paying attention. But that taught me that it doesn't matter who I'm talking to. I'm going to tell you who I am, because I don't know how you're receiving it or whether you're receiving it, but you might really be receiving what I'm saying. And maybe that's the way you are. You're, maybe an introvert. You're not as engaging as other people. So I do that all the time now. But it's hard to do when you are first starting out in business. You don't feel worthy. You don't have it all together. It's a little bit of smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
You still have to toot your own horn, because if you don't do it, no one else will.